dick is useless, can barely fill my face. So now I'm back at Hula Hut, looking for a taste to shoot it fast, shoot it hard, at another whiskey bar. Throw it down, throw it back, toss it round, pass it back, lick the salt, suck the lime, kill the shot and killing time, throw it up in the sink. When I'm with my friends, I drink. I drink. I drink.
Fuck that shit. Holy fuck, was that an episode? Right? Like, I think if I cuss after the first 30 seconds, I'm fine, but fuck that fucking show. Holy shit. It was, I truly envy the people like Az and Mahler and those guys that are watching Batwoman. Because with Batwoman, at least they are fucking over characters that nobody gives a shit about. Who cares about fucking Batwoman? But I have to watch them just emasculate Loki in every possible scenario. Everyone. If there's an opportunity to make him seem like a cuck, they do it. They go for it. Just right off the bat, they're like, hey, we're gonna make him look like shit. At least his misery is over now. Because Vegas straight up, you don't have to be a Jedi. Yeah. No, you just have, like, yeah, it has become trashed at this point. Holy shit, they just straight up melted this motherfucker. Whatever, it was fine. Anyways, waiting on Poe to get in here so I don't just rant by myself. But Wookie and I in the chat, we were talking about kind of like politics, but like that's what I've always said about this channel. You know, I'd rather have 100 people that I know will drink the Kool-Aid than 1,000 that I'm like, are they gonna drink? Not. Oh, anyways, it's a good line. Fuck. Man, there's I don't even know what to say about this episode. It last week was nothing. It amounted to nothing. This one. 2 episodes ago, they had this whole thing where like she's like sent all of these reset bombs or whatever, and so they at the end they show it and they're like, you get like the timeline, right? And it's like, geez, all these different timelines that are spitting off, right? Just, I guess they took care of it. I don't know. They've never gone back to it, so that's just in the past now. I mean, means nothing. Owen Wilson got killed. That literally the only people left are women in the show. There's nothing but women left. The space lizards, they're fucking animatronics. It was like Dr. Oz. It was like the Wizard of Oz, except without the reveal of the guy behind the curtains. So yay. It was really bad. Right? Like literally, there's the only main characters now are women. You got the judge lady, the female Loki. Man, that's it. That's the only ones that made it, huh? Everybody else is gonzo. So yay, there's that. Anyway, where's Poe? He's doing this by myself. But apparently Wookiees yelling at foreigners about American politics was has to be fun. Man, I'm gonna go over the Twitter and see what they're saying about it, because oh man, I know they're gonna be. All right, let me see. Let me share my screen real quick just until he gets here. Share screen tab. There we go. Add it. Cool. Nope, wrong one. There we go. All right. This is bullshit. Yep, whatever. Where can I thought I used to be able to, like, I guess that's just on my phone, huh? Like the latest instead. We're waiting. It's time for change. Blah blah blah. Dumb. All this is like What is all this, man? Whatever. Where's the search thing, dude? Like, this isn't normally how I search. Let's see. Oh, thank God. Poe,
Howdy.
did you watch it?
Yes.
Did you hate it?
No, I did not.
What? They fucking killed Loki, bro.
I'm not 100% on that. I can't say yet.
100% he got melted on the screen.
Did he?
Yes.
What makes you so sure?
Because he went, and melted and no longer existed.
I think he was just transferred.
You think that thing transfers people? This whole time, all they've been doing instead of melting people, they've been transferring them?
Well, we've been told, right, that they were supposed to be getting reset.
No, the timelines are reset, not the variants. The variants are smelted.
But if the timeline reset, don't you need the people?
I don't know what to do with that.
Don't you need the people to? When they
that's a fucking problem with the show. You can't reset a timeline by taking one sent away where? No, I didn't watch to the end of the credits.
You didn't watch to the end of the credits?
No.
Oh, you have to. Okay, well, I can't say anything then.
No, tell me, because I'm not going to go back and watch it.
You can put it on right now and just take 30 seconds.
I don't feel like logging in. What is it? What happened?
I don't want to spoil it for your people.
All I've been talking about is how garbage it is. Go ahead.
Okay, end credits scene, credits roll. Loki's laying on the ground. See a close up of him. There's a background of maybe greenery, concrete. He hear a voice. They flip the camera around, and you see different variations of a Loki staring down at him. Like you have a kid holding a kid with the horns. You have holding a gator or a crocodile with the horns. You have a guy with the like a frost giant hammer, or like
I don't care.
like millionaire.
Makes it sound this even worse.
You see different variation of Loki. So it's like it's the timekeeper. Every time Loki does something, do they send them to this place or any just not Loki, any type of person? Do they send them when they say melt them? Do they send them to this different place? And they all trying to band together to come back and destroy it. It's something to deal with a time loop. This is the whole show has been about time loops. They put Loki when he was in being interrogated or when they got caught, Lady Loki and Loki himself, they put him in a time loop.
Yeah.
And came back
saw
and
that.
got,
yeah.
So there's something significant. I feel that they're when they smelt it or melted or whatever you want to call it to him, I think they put him in some type of time variation loop that they did all the Lokis on timeline.
It can't be a time loop because if people keep getting dropped off there, it's not a loop. There's people getting dropped off
too.
there.
It's very confusing with 2 episodes left. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Here's the problem with this fucking show. They tell you one thing, and then later on they're like, oh, but they're animatronics. The space lizards aren't real. Like, dude, there's so much that is missing on how any of this works. You're telling us one thing, and you're not even being consistent with what you're doing. So you're saying that when they told us that the reset bombs, those work. Okay, cool. Those work the way that they say it works, even though it doesn't make any sense because you're taking an element of that timeline out completely, the variant. What are you resetting? Are you making a new thing to replace that variant? How is that? What is? No, that makes no sense. Hold on, let me finish. Right, but then so you're also telling us that they melt people just for stepping on the wrong goddamn leaf, right?
Okay.
But no, they're not really melting them. They're sending them somewhere else.
Yeah, they showed us. I thought that was being reset.
What was being reset?
the people. I think. Well, what is it? Some
Then if they're
people are
being
being
reset,
reset.
why are they taking them with them?
Some people are being reset. Some people are melted. I don't. I don't understand how that works. I need to go back and watch all 4 episodes together, not just week by week, because now it's been a month since Loki been out, the 4th episode. So I really need to go watch all 4 of them tomorrow.
You're 100% right. No, it makes no sense still. No, like you keep telling us different things. Like you're building an entirely new concept in the Marvel universe with predetermination, right?
Mhm.
And yet you're not doing anything to explain it. You're telling us that it's the space lizards, and then you're like, but they're really not in charge.
I could see that Pinocchio Wizard of Oz name coming. I seen that
It
coming.
did happen,
hmm
except they didn't reveal the the old man behind the whole thing.
Yeah,
They
not
gets
yet.
cut off.
Yeah. That's what it seems like it's pointing to.
To
To
what?
be honest,
To what?
it's pointing to well, they actually did half of it, 50% of it. They didn't draw back the curtain.
So
but
is everything predetermined or not?
that's what one thing we don't know yet. Nobody knows. But
But
as
the
far
show
as
is telling us it is.
as far as the variance is there, the biracial lady who's like general there, and I think she has something to do with everything.
What?
Yes, the
The
general lady.
judge?
The judge. Yes, I forgot her name.
She believed in the space wizards too. We
Oh, she
saw
did?
her go in. The fuck she didn't. Why did she go in front of them?
What you mean?
She went there by herself to the space lizards.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe I
We
missed
saw
that.
her enter. We saw her leave. If she didn't
She's
think they
been
were real, why would she bring the Lokis with her to them?
Maybe because she didn't think that they was gonna break a loose and find out that they were puppets.
Wait, I'm sorry. She brought them there because she didn't think that they were gonna.
They were gonna get loose or whatever.
Well, no, she had no clue they were gonna get loose because
didn't.
she didn't. She
She
didn't know
didn't.
that the C20 or whatever was gonna show the fuck up.
It's like she thought that
C15, whatever.
maybe she thought that it was going to be best case scenario versus worst case scenario. Maybe I'm just saying.
No,
No.
she took them there to get melted.
She could have did that from. Why did she hold him captive? She could have did that from the jump.
Because the space lizards wanted them to come in front of them and be like, and tell them, "Hi, what do you think now, bitches?"
What makes me think that she has something to do with that? That's deceitful with the TVA or whatever the you want to call them, is that she just went ahead and smelted. I say smelted. She went ahead and melted Owen Wilson, Mobius,
Yeah,
Mobius, without any. He had one sentence about a jet ski,
Okay.
what he would like to be in
Yeah.
his past.
No, like
And-
she
and
is not in charge of all this shit. We saw her working when she was young as like a lower level TVA person.
Now she's
She didn't
judge.
start this.
Yes,
She's
Correct.
not behind all of this at all.
that's correct.
So
She's-
who is?
She's taking
Listen,
orders.
we're talking about a show that continuously lies to you over and over and over again. And they try to play it off like, whole plot twist. No, it's not, motherfuckers. You're just lying. That's all you're doing is just lying.
Well, this is, I guess, the
There's
MCU.
no stability in what they're telling us. There's nothing that we can hold on to as being real. If nothing is real, like
That is
if
absolutely correct.
then what are we doing? How am I supposed to be invested when every time first of all, I'd never get invested. But how is anyone going to get invested? Is every time you tell us something, an episode later, you're like, but the lizards aren't in charge. Like, what the fuck?
It seems
outta
to me
here.
that this is the MCU first time. Marvel had their own shows that was put out. But
First time
they're
writing?
they're not really canon with the MCU. But I think this
This is
the-
100% canon with the
Hold on.
MCU.
There are 3 new series: WandaVision, Falcon
they're
and
all
Soldier.
canon.
Oh, yeah, these are.
Yeah.
Not the other ones.
What other ones?
what I don't know. Is Luke Cage Marvel or that's DC? Iron Fist. I don't know
What
all
from
the
the
other shows.
Netflix?
Oh, what those? They're not canon with the
Yeah,
MCU.
they are canon.
They are. So Agent Coulson died and came back to life in the
Yes,
show.
yes, all
See,
that's canon.
that's why I never watched none of those. No, never will. Um, because that don't make sense right there. I thought they wasn't canon. I gotta do some research on that because I thought they wasn't canon. But so well, dealing with from what I got from what I know is canon.
Yeah.
Um, It's their first time doing it,
No,
so
it's not. It's
they're
not the.
trying to keep you at your edge of the seat for the movie per se.
What movie?
The movie that's coming out.
What movie coming out?
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. You
What
got
does that have to
Spider
do with this
Man.
show? This show should be able to stand on its own.
They're gonna nope. They're gonna tie it in. They
Yeah,
always
it
do.
should. No, tie-in's different than it standing on its own. It's the same problem with the Disney Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
To make sense of anything, you have to read 8 different comic books and 2 fucking
Yep,
2 novels
novels. Yeah,
just to make sense of it. That's not how it should work. Your movie or your show should be able to stand up on its own. Period.
they still got 2 more episodes.
That's not going to fix it. They continuously tell you one thing and then tell you they're lying over and over and over again. There is nothing, there is no groundwork being laid here that we know as what is real.
That is true. Can you see how they introduced time travel in the MCU with Endgame? And now, well, Doctor Strange, then Infinity War, and Endgame. Now you got this with absolutely nothing but time travel the entire episode. Well, not entire episode, but most of the episodes that we've seen so far and what we haven't seen so far. So they're like they're spoon feeding everybody to get ready for something big. And there's
No,
multiverses and there's time
listen,
travel and there's different variations of everything, different universes, different
yeah, it's a multiverse. Yeah, but no, but you're not building anything if you continuously tell us you're lying.
well, that's something that maybe they should work on. But to me, I'm kind of following it, but they are throwing me some curveballs that ended up hitting my body in places I don't want.
No, a
Like,
curveball is at the end you realize that what's his name is the killer in the usual suspects. A
okay,
curveball
that is
isn't
true.
telling me like it is not the same as saying like the earth is made of pudding now. Like that's not a curveball. You're just a fucking
Well,
you don't know what you're doing.
so you think Marvel really are failing right now?
I think the writer, I think
Okay,
the
okay,
showrunner, I think the writer, I think everyone who has anything to do with this is failing. Yes.
okay. I can't.
On the simple concept of how to tell a story.
Okay. They only had 6 episodes too. Why they keep it so low of episodes? That's why I don't understand. With every
So they
series,
can't fuck up too much.
good
Limiting
answer.
the amount of fuck ups.
Great answer. Because I can't think of any other reason why they have unlimited amount of money with Disney backing down. Marvel
Well, the
got mad
problem
again.
is who they're hiring to write. Like I've said this over and over again. They hire people who come in with their own idea and their own story and be damn what came before it or what impact it will have on something after it.
Okay.
It's the Ryan Johnson of storytelling.
No, do not compare it to that. That
It
is
absolutely is. Just Ryan Johnson came into Star Wars with his own story.
sure did.
Didn't care what happened before.
Sure did.
Didn't care what was going to happen afterwards. Snoke, what's he built up for? Who gives a shit? We got him. He's dead.
Yep.
They're doing
You're
the same
absolutely
thing.
right. Please don't break my heart and say that.
They are. They don't care. They don't care. They have their story to tell. And so they write themselves into a corner and now they got to find the way out. Like, oh, well, we've been telling them that it's been this one thing this whole time. Well, fuck it. We'll say that it's not that thing at all. That's not a plot twist.
Mm.
You're just fucking you're fucking with people. That's all it is. There's nothing concrete. There's nothing to build on if you're constantly pulling the rug out from under us. If you're constantly pulling the rug out from the viewers, you're not building to anything. You're just
All right.
you're replacing plot twist in development with fuckery.
I have a question then. From what you've seen so far, excuse me for that. What you've seen so far, uh, you think that the last two episodes cannot redeem the series so far?
No,
What's to come?
no.
Absolutely no faith.
I have no idea but here's the thing. I have no idea what could possibly happen
Me either.
because everything that I know, but not in a good way, because everything I've seen, they told me, no, that's not true. So what, I don't know what is or what isn't. And
Have a
not in like
point
a
there.
Twin Peak kind of a way, but
Yeah.
in a you can't trust us.
Yeah.
Even when we show you something outside of a character's POV,
Yeah.
you still can't trust.
It's true. Maybe some good writing in there somewhere, man.
Where?
That, we're about to see maybe.
Oh,
So
you think they kept all their writing skills for the last two episodes?
from 1 to 10, I trust them 6.5 to lead us to something greatness with the last two episodes. 6.5. I give it 6.5. Yeah. What would you rate it?
What, like my confidence in them
Yes.
pulling this shit together?
2 more
One.
episodes. What? Oh
One.
man, you're being harsh.
No, I'm not. I'm being real. No. There's no way that they can undo all of the shit that they have done. The only way they can do it, is if Loki wakes up and like, oh man, what a crazy dream. Can you believe I almost made out with the female version of myself? Weird.
Now that was a strange little thing that I think they wasted time, wasted story, wasted a different type of emotion on, uh, especially with quickly how he went through the emotion of what could have been. Remember when he first got there, he watched himself die. He watched himself with his mom.
Oh,
After
you
he
mean when
found
they
out,
needed the end game Loki and not the Avengers, the first
yes,
Avengers
yes.
end game
They-
Loki. So they just like, hey, we'll do a 30-second montage and then we'll say he had character development. That's not how character development works.
And they developed time with him and his self in a different universe, flirting with each other. That I do agree with you on that. That was kind of I'm not gonna say effed up, but that was kind of strange in that type of thinking way that they chose to.
No, is weird as shit. Like
Yeah,
he is literally trying to fuck himself.
yeah, basically. I wonder what the kid will come out. But
and by the way, she's been running her whole life as a variant. First of all, how does she know how to use the little fucking iPad looking thing that the chick had? She grabbed it and she's like, oh, well, I'm just going to press this button here, and go through this portal. That's how that works. I know how to do this. I'm a child who's never seen this technology before, but there we go.
She's an Einstein child.
How is she getting her hair dyed? What apocalypse situation has she found that is next to a beauty salon where she can go and get her hair dyed without it causing a Nexus event?
It's all magic. I'm gonna
That's not magic. Because when she's in the TVA where her magic does not work, her hair is still dyed.
That is another question what I don't understand. The magic don't work there. So what's really going on?
Because it's outside of time and space.
So who's really controlling it?
Not the lizard kings.
Then the Infinity Stones doesn't work there. So what's
Nope.
really going on?
We don't know. There's 2 episodes left and we don't know anything. We know nothing. Nothing has been established.
Let me bring up this real quick.
I mean, what have they established? The Lizard Kings? Bullshit. Like, none of it makes sense. And every time they try to tell you something, it's only going to be for whatever, dude. That show is frustrating. in the worst possible ways. It's so bad. You know, I watched a really good movie earlier today. I watched The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they would establish things early on,
Mm-hmm.
and then those things, like things would happen later on, and they were directly caused because of the things that they had established earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Cause and effect kind of things, right? In this, they will establish something, the Lizard Kings of Time, and then take it away.
Maybe.
They will establish they're getting melted, they're getting pruned, and then they take it away.
Maybe Feige and the top executives are using these directors who direct the shows and the writers who working together to put these shows together while using the MCU actors to make these shows. Maybe they're using them just as an experiment to see how will they do and what would they come up with, because they can always, what you call it, retro something, and to
Retcon?
they can not retcon. They can always whitewash it away, or not whitewash it away, but they can always like, yeah, that really didn't happen, because it's a show and not the movie. But they're giving,
But it's all
like
in the same MCU.
it's a test run. Maybe they're using this as a test run.
They do not spend millions upon millions upon millions of dollars
And
on a project to help boost the Disney Plus as we'll see what happens.
Disney has plenty money, but and Disney Plus wasn't created for these three shows right now, but COVID happened, and now you're having these three shows to come out.
Yeah,
when Spider-Man was supposed to come out next month.
Yeah. So all this does
in July.
All this does is undo everything we thought we knew about the melting. So now, where's Owen Wilson? Did he come up and there was like three of him going, wow, hey?
That's a good question. Like, that is a good question.
All the people they've melted, did they all go somewhere where there's three of them? Or were they really melted? And just this one time, he wasn't actually melted. No clue.
I don't know. And
because they don't establish anything like that.
I was still thinking that maybe Loki. He said he grabbed her by the shoulders right before he was smelted, and he was like, "I've done this plenty of times," or something like this. I've done it. He said something to her.
I died plenty of times.
Yeah, but she hit him in the back with it, and he started melting. Right?
Yeah, he melted. Yes.
Okay, but maybe I was thinking, okay, he's gonna pop out somewhere else because he's faking himself.
He can't. Magic doesn't work there.
And I thought about that too. So I'm like, what is really going on? That's why I'm wondering about this magic thing and the TVA, the structure that the timekeepers are.
Who built all of that? Who built all of those buildings?
Is it to me? It's under a spell. It has to be under a spell. No other magic. They showed us that in WandaVision. When somebody casts a spell, no other magic works there. Agatha and
so all of this is a spell.
It could be. It could be. It could be LDG Mephisto. Could be part of his doing. Mephisto, or it could be the other guy. I forgot the other guy with Mephisto.
To what end?
I don't know.
We should know. We're 4 episodes in.
She started it. Wanda started it when she did her energy, her cosmic blast. She became the Scarlet Witch. She finally had a name. She always was called Wanda throughout the series until that final episode. She is
right, but this started at the Avengers.
Oh, you got me there. I don't even know, bro. This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't,
dude. You're gonna make me watch 22 movies before the next episode comes out. For real,
we're 4 episodes in, and we have no idea what is real and what isn't. There's no groundwork being laid here at all.
Don't make me at Kevin Feige tomorrow morning. I will at him on Twitter.
Yeah, at him on Twitter and ask him what the fuck is happening with his damn show.
Geez. Every time I say something, you actually have a correct answer that doesn't that makes more sense than what they given us so far. With the shows now, not with the movies, with the shows. This has to be an experiment, Matt. Matt.
Experiment for what? You mean they're just pissing away millions upon millions? No, it's that they are hiring shit fucking writers.
How long? They're not pissing away because people are subscribed to Disney Plus.
You didn't hear about the drop off from that last episode?
No.
Huge.
People unsubscribe?
No, stop watching. The numbers dropped significantly.
Okay. I thought they dropped the Disney Plus series. Oh.
Well, no, most of them still have it off their Verizon deal or T-Mobile, whatever the hell it is.
I think it's T-Mobile, isn't it? Oh, it might be Verizon.
That it just I don't get it.
I would love to see you in an interview with top Marvel Disney executives right now.
I may use the F word too much for them.
Private interview, not streamed.
I'll give shit. I'll say the F word with them, private or otherwise.
You do make valid points. What's your chat think about it though?
This one says that one. Oh, amen. Those videos down the way. Wookie, Einstein was kind of a stupid child. You know who else was a stupid child? I guess Einstein, but Edison. Edison was a fucking idiot. They didn't let him go to school. His head was so big they thought something was wrong with him.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And his dad, he got in trouble because he was feeding some kid. Forgot what it was, but he was trying to make him blow up like a balloon. And then he was swimming with a kid, and the kid drowned. He didn't bother telling anybody. He just thought he went home. And
so that was Phil Collins we're talking about then.
Who?
In the Air Tonight.
Oh, I don't know that song good enough to get that reference. Oh, here we go. Looks like there's some type of resistance made up of variants fighting the timekeepers. It looks like they saved Loki for. All right. Well, a couple questions. One, who are the timekeepers? Two, how do they save him? Did they interrupt the melting? Who are the time? We don't know who the timekeepers are because we were told there was the lizard people before we were told that they're mindless androids.
I have something to add to that. We get in the Eternals before we get. Aren't we getting the Eternals before we get Spider-Man?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think Sprite was the one that kind of manipulated their mind to forget who they were on Earth when they was made.
See, that's why that's why I never drink Sprite for that very reason.
you got to obey the thirst, man. Hey, we're not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Sprite by any means necessary, but
well, not now.
But seriously, Sprite was the one that looks like a 12, 13-year-old kid, but equally as
I know
old.
Nothing of the Eternals.
Okay. Well, Sprite was the one that manipulated their mind.
Whose mind?
The rest of the Eternals. The Eternals was, I think, created by Celestials, or there was the Celestials created the humans, Eternals, and the Deviants. And Thanos was a deviant. But anyway, back to this. Maybe Sprite got something to do with this because it may tie into the Eternals.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got a whole 2 episodes left. Why not bring in something else?
It would be amazing if they bring in the Eternals.
It would not be amazing.
Yes, it would. And the movie comes out in a few months.
I don't give 2 shits about that movie.
Oh man, it's gonna tie into the MCU so beautifully.
How?
It's
They start themselves off like in a hole by like having now they're gonna have to explain why they have never like this
right.
like at no point has the Eternals ever thought, you know, this looks like it's going bad for the people of Earth. We may want to step in here. They're like, fuck it. Looks like they got it. Thanos
Th- Hey,
snaps
they did.
half. Thanos snaps half of existence, just gone on planet Earth where they hang out. They didn't do shit.
I do have an issue with that because they did mention what Iron Man and Captain America, and
Yeah, the
in that
Avengers.
trailer
Yeah.
they mentioned the Avengers and the Eternals, but maybe they got their memory back when they maybe that's the end credit scene of the Eternals. You never know. Maybe that's when they just got their memory back towards the end of the movie. Not just beginning, hey, what would she do? And just I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm trying to put it together, man. I'm trying to make the webs come together.
Why? No, the webs. No, no. You keep trying to. No, you're putting things together that they are taking away from you at the same time.
I'm putting together what they're giving us for the next 2 years, maybe. You got the Eternals for a movie. Eternals. You got Eternal Spider-Man, Multiverse of Madness, and I'm hearing that there's a series 2 of Loki maybe next year.
Cool. So does that mean we're going to get even less answers in the next two, so they can have a season 2?
I hope they don't leave us on a cliffhanger because I'm really be pissed.
I don't
off.
give a shit. I don't care.
I might cancel my subscription if they do that. Seriously.
I don't know what kind of cliffhanger they could leave you on, because there is no ground to this.
They need to make
There is no floor. There is nothing that they have told us that they haven't already erased. Told us that they were just fucking lying, or like there's nothing to build on. Like for me to explain this show, this world that they have built, I wouldn't know where to begin because I don't know what is real and what isn't. There's nothing grounding it to reality. Nothing. I can't take anything the show tells me or shows me as being real, because even when they do, they will still get rid of it if they want to.
It's true. It's true.
So, like, where do I start? What is the floor? What is the ground that we build on? What do we know for certain? Nothing. Can you tell me anything that you know for certain is real?
Yes.
Please.
They told us we seen Loki was intercepted by the Time Variance. The TVA, Time Variance Authority, in 2012 in New York. From New York to the Moby Desert, Gobi Desert, or whatever.
Yeah, we have no idea what time that was.
Okay. Well, he used a space stone, and which is his Tesseract. And what else we know that it was supposed to happen.
Do we know that?
It was Thanos snap was supposed to happen. Didn't they say that in one episode of the Loki series?
Yeah, all of it was supposed to happen.
That was supposed to happen. But what he did for some
happened.
reason wasn't supposed to happen. I don't know why he plays such a big role. That's what I do not know.
What do you mean? Like, wait, why wasn't him picking up the Castor supposed to happen? And why does he get blamed? Why does he get blamed for it? It was the Avengers and their time travel that put that Castor by his foot to even grab in the first place. But he gets the blame for it.
That is correct. That's the beginning of it all, and that's what they really need to explain. To me, for seriously. Because that's a big chunk that everybody's looking over. What about the Avengers? Why is that supposed to happen?
They already covered that because it was pre-approved by the space lizards. Oh, wait, those things don't exist. So then who approved it?
Sprite.
Don't know who that is.
Eternals.
Has not been shown whatsoever in this show. It really is, Kip. There really is.
I'm just trying to make sense of it all. I still give it a strong 6.5. You
Yeah,
actually,
you shouldn't have to make sense of it, or even just the foundation of what is real in a show.
well, with WandaVision, a lot of it wasn't real. It was her manipulating everything.
How quickly did we know that? Probably from the very beginning when it looked like a TV show from the 1960s. I would have to guess that pretty early on we figured out that this wasn't right.
By the end of the episode, they had a television and they was watching her. Yeah, well, that's how we knew. Yeah,
Where is that in this show? Where is the reality?
I don't know, man. They keep hitting me with the baseball, man. They're making me walk to the base, and I still, after I walk to the base, I still have to go back to home because it's not making sense. I'm not getting
And
a
yet,
point for it.
and yet you still enjoy it. You enjoy them just fucking with you.
To be honest, this was one of the best episodes.
Why? I mean, maybe comparative, like in comparison to the garbage that came before it. Sure, yeah, okay. It was quicker.
And episode 3, the last 2 minutes of it or 3 minutes of it was probably the best action scene I've seen, because this fight scene in this episode really threw me out. All the cuts and cuts. When they did that one cut, seemed like one cut motion of them
It
running
was
through that
so
city.
bad.
No, I love that, dude.
No, I know what they tried to do. They tried to make it cool, but
Mhm.
the choreography, like the fighting, it was so bad.
It
Like almost in the level of the Last Jedi. Bad. Hold on. When Sylvia took the head of the robot, the other timekeepers laughed and the robots went dead. Yeah, that makes me think they were being controlled. They were controlling the robots remotely. They were being controlled by who? The timekeepers were not at the TVA. Okay, who's the timekeepers? Is it still the lizard people? Only they just had robotic copies of them. Why did that one lizard person have a mustache that looked like it was a part of him?
a mustache.
It looked like a mustache. Like, so are the lizard kings of time real? They just had. Why would they have robots set up in that place? Just in case something like this happened? Of course, they should know it happened because they know all.
Only explanation I see, there's magic going on.
There's no magic there.
They said they established from the first episode your magic doesn't work here.
Right. So why do you keep saying there's magic there?
Why? Agatha already explained that in the 5th or 6th episode
Okay.
of WandaVision.
This happened at the time of the Avengers.
But from our perspective, though, from our as a viewer, and they don't change the laws of magic in the universe. And because
So you think there's a magic person that's
yes,
in?
yes,
So they're in charge of all time?
no,
Okay, so if it's all magic, why do they have all these TVA guys going around trying to deal with these variants?
maybe they have a time stone, and maybe the time stones that we've seen, the Infinity Stones that we've seen, maybe are false. They were fake just to throw Loki off. They're not real.
Okay, so that wasn't even true.
Yep, correct. Because hold on, I got one thing to prove that. Every time in the MCU that you've seen the time stone being used or being held, it was not physically touched. He picked it up out of a drawer and touched it. And the dude made a joke, oh, we use it paperweights. And they made it so vaguely that we had to know that. And the time stone would never touch. It always floated between somebody's fingers or it floated in the air. So that lets me know there's a spell there, and somebody may be using a time stone to do, or using the Infinity Stone. Hell, maybe they didn't even really fight Thanos. Maybe this is Thanos all along, another type of Thanos. What if that happens? What if?
Oh, so you just want to keep fucking up the MCU that we've already had?
It seemed like it better than what kind of path I'm seeing them going through now. Something is totally off.
The writing.
I agree.
You're giving. I mean, there. I keep going back to there's nothing to grasp onto. There's nothing that they're showing us that's real, or that we can believe in.
There's got to be more to it.
Yeah, there's going to be more to it, and it's going to be even more bullshit.
You think more lies are to come?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, no, let me take that back. Now they're going to start trying to be like, but this was really it.
So 4 episodes of us getting punched in the stomach, and 2 episodes of here, take your medicine. It's gonna be all right. You know, you'll get better. Just heal. You know, so they're gonna pamper us the last 2 episodes, basically.
No, I mean, look, unless Loki wakes up and is like, that was a crazy fucking dream. Like, I almost like fucked myself. It was weird. But don't worry though, it was a girl me. Outside of that, none of it makes sense. Why did the time reset bomb? Why did it destroy the play boat, like the little kid boat in the figurines? Why did that happen? Why doesn't it destroy everything? Does it not destroy everything? How does that even work?
Maybe they just wiped the kid from existence in that time period.
But if it's a variant, listen, if they have a part to play in the sacred timeline, getting rid of that person altogether does not make that timeline continue the way it was, because that person no longer exists.
True.
So if you're resetting it so that it will work in the order that it was predetermined to work in, you have to replace that person with a person.
Maybe.
Why are all the variants human that work at the TVA? Why do they all have American accent and speak English?
It is true. And they're going after frost giants, right? Which is Loki.
Yeah, they said they went through all, like, they're like, oh, we've gone on to vampires and this and that. Like, motherfuckers, I've seen y'all get your asses whooped by everyone. What are you talking about? There's no way you could take them on.
Hey, that is true. Loki is a frost giant, and he's supposed to be blue, and there's still human form there. And he concealed himself by magic. Odin put a spell on him, right? When he had him as a baby.
So why is he still human there at the TVA if the magic doesn't work?
Oh, Ricky, Lucy, you have a lot of explaining to do.
If it's magic that's keeping him from being a frost giant, why is he not a frost giant in the TVA?
Is this going to tie into Thor? What is it? God and Thunder? What it's supposed to be called?
Love
Odin,
and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Did Odin do something wrong?
Odin's dead.
No, well, back then when the different variations of Loki took in, Odin took in Loki as a child when they fought the frost giants. Because he could have killed Loki as a kid, but he took him as his own. You know, did they cause it all?
No, that was supposed to happen. Or they would have got melted, or not melted. What depends. Maybe they would have been melted, or maybe they would have been sent somewhere where they see different variants of themselves. Who knows?
Loki did get sent somewhere.
No shit.
That he's seen different variances of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a brand new thing that gets introduced when all we thought was they were being melted. So is no one being melted,
Oh man, you got my mind.
or somehow Loki? These guys saved Loki from being melted by
Hell. Mm.
having it written in the script.
Why did Owen Wilson trust Loki so much instead of just having him melted all the way? He fought to like let this be the one to help us. You know, it seems like they play off on that in a different way, in a different perspective now to me.
I
Like,
guess.
was he moved to if they're the pieces on the chessboard and somebody else controlling them, like who's really controlling them? The time varies authority.
The timekeepers, right?
But they're
Who are the
looking
timekeepers?
they're being looked at as the bad guys instead of the good guy. So are they
Who?
gonna the timekeepers?
They were never the good guys.
Well, no, that was looked at as the good guys at first by the TVA, the employees there. But now
Oh, by the people that were being held against their will. Yeah.
now they're questioning them. You have a few people, Owen Wilson, and you have
Dead.
C-20, C-15.
Dead.
C-15 ain't dead, is she? When did that happen during this episode?
Oh, wait. Yeah, she showed up at the very end. Didn't she get killed?
No, I didn't think she got killed. I just thought she disappeared and went somewhere. Did she get killed?
She got melted, you mean? Oh,
melted.
maybe she went somewhere where there were 3 variations of her. I mean,
I don't know, man. My mind is racing. So many questions now. You gonna make me add Kevin Feige for real?
none of it makes sense. There's nothing there that you can say this is real, this has happened, or this is how something works. How anything works is anyone's guess. We don't even know if the timekeepers exist. Hell, we don't even know if the sacred timeline is a real thing.
What if the last episode shows the rabbit that Agatha held?
And what? It wakes up and goes, "Whoa, that was a crazy dream I had about Loki kissing himself."
No. The rabbit comes up and forms itself at Mephisto, and he's in control of all that.
Here's what I want to see happen. All right. At the end, they destroy the timekeepers, right? And they're in the timekeeper building, okay? And the camera, and they're all laughing. Is there? You got Owen Wilson, you got the black judge. She becomes good somehow, and you got Sylvia or whatever her name is, and Loki, and they're making out, and everyone's celebrating. And the camera keeps pulling out. Then you see the TVA building, and it keeps pulling out, and then snowing. It's very beautiful, snowing. It keeps pulling out, and then you see it's a snow globe, and then you see a Fatata Loki, a little Loki kid that's shaking the snow globe because it all took place in this Down syndrome Loki head. That would be the way to end it.
I've seen it in a few movies. That would be wicked.
Well, it originally happened in a show, St. Elmo's Fire. Why do I always say that? What is it? Hold on. Summer. What's that St. Elmo's Fire show? I always get mixed up with the song. St. Elsewhere? Okay, there you go. St. Elsewhere.
Yeah, that's a TV series?
Yeah, I think it had Denzel Washington in it.
Okay. I need to watch it.
And that's exactly how it ended. Everything just took place in the head of in the mind of an autistic kid who was just shaking up a snow globe with that hospital. St. Elsewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Tina. I would love for you to, if you want to come up here and try to explain how any of this makes sense.
Howdy, Tina.
But yeah, that I would stand up and applaud. This would be my favorite MCU thing ever if they just keep pulling that camera out until it's a little autistic Loki shaking a snow globe and all of it took place in his head. Then I would be on board. I'd be like, hell yeah, way to go.
I'll do you one.
Feige is king.
That happens. That pans out. That's actually Sprite. Then you have the Eternal movies that's going to come out in a few months, and they show that same snow globe in the background of that movie that comes out.
Oh, you may want to bounce. We've spoiled the shit out of this episode. Go watch it if you want to come back and explain it. I would love to hear it. I don't know if I'll still be on. You can come back, but God.
Which episode, Matt? 1 through 4. Which was the best so far?
I think the first one because it didn't have the girl Loki in it.
I'm stuck between 1 and 4.
4 is one of the worst. Last episode was worse. Like last episode was the worst of this season thus far. Hands down. At least this one had me like trying to make sense of what they're telling me the whole time.
It's interesting.
I hate it. I hate this show. It's the arrogance that they do it with too, you know? It's the bet you didn't see that coming. Like, no, of course I didn't. Because all you're doing is telling me that you've been lying to me. That's not a reveal. That's just an admission of lying.
Did you have this type of same feeling with Falcon and Winter Soldier?
No. I was too bored to care.
Oh, man. Thank you. Finally somebody.
Boring.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't up to par.
No.
As the hype was.
The amount of shock that people had when whatever his name is, Kurt Russell's kid, is that who that is?
I have no idea.
John Walker or whatever, the amount of shock that a guy that became, not famous, but like was so revered for killing terrorists, killed a terrorist. And they were shocked. How would he do this? Why would he kill a terrorist? Why didn't he kill more of them?
That is true.
Like, what are y'all talking about? What do you mean? Like, oh my God, did you see him? He killed a terrorist. It was so awful. Was it?
Right.
Was it?
I completely agree.
What do you mean he's getting court-martialed? What are you talking about?
They basically screwed him.
Yeah.
Royally.
Oh, the shock of him killing a terrorist was beyond it. I mean, what was he supposed to do? You're under arrest. By whose authority? By the authority of righteousness. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Right. I'm sure Cap got a lot of kills on his belt too.
Yeah.
I know he do.
In the first movie, he busted into that warehouse like with that 45, just popping caps everywhere. Yeah.
God, he had a gun.
Pun included. Intended. Yeah, he was popping caps.
I need to go back and rewatch that. He did. He took out a lot of people. He threw people from the train too, didn't he?
Yeah. But oh my God, Captain America kills a terrorist. The outrage. No, he should have picked up his shield and licked the blood off like a fucking savage. And he should have been applauded for it.
Hey, and then he should have looked at the crowd and hissed like a cat.
Seriously, like everybody looks so shocked. Like, what are you talking about?
Didn't they just get through blowing up like a facility with innocent people? Yeah.
Yes.
With soldiers or something?
Yes. And his best friend was just killed by these people.
And when they have
go.
high-ranking military people?
They got to go. Should have turned yourself in, but now your head splattered on my shield.
And to be honest, he gave them a chance because Steve and not Steve, but Bucky and what's his name?
Sam
Wilson. They were like, hold up, let me go in there first and talk to him. He actually gave them a chance to,
yeah. But the show made it but he should have gave him more time. Why? He gave him plenty. He gave him time. He didn't have to do that, but he did.
You know what? That's what Disney's doing lately. Even outside of the MCU, they're going back remaking things and making the villain. Oh, you gotta listen to their story. Like this Cruella movie that just came out.
Yeah.
Bruh, no, she want to skin dogs, and you trying to make me have sympathy for her? She literally.
Well, it's not her fault. You see, she had a split personality, and I guess eventually the bad personality took over.
Maleficent, that movie, Angelina Jolie.
I didn't see that shit.
But you know the story. I mean,
I know the story of Snow White.
Yeah, turned into the dragon and all this, and they tried to give her own. She had a heart because she grew kind to this kid that she put a curse on to sleep forever. Sleeping Beauty. I'm like, come on,
Sleeping
man.
Beauty, whatever.
Yeah. They trying to cater to. They're really trying to cater to the villains now, and they did that in Falcon and Winter Soldier. You're right.
Look, you can tell a good story about a villain, but Puppy Killer, that one's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real tough. You know what I mean?
But people fell victim to it, and they actually not victim to it, but people felt sympathy to it. Oh, I don't know they sympathized to it, and it worked. And are they trying to do that with Loki right now? I mean, he was the villain, and they trying to make us sympathize for him.
Wait, they already did. Like by the time Endgame came around, or Infinity War came around, everybody was like, "Ain't that bad." But now they're just trying to justify him, fucking himself, and trying not to make it seem weird. Where does she get her hair done?
It's magic, man.
Magic doesn't work at the TVA.
Yes, it does. They're not blue. They're frost giants. They're not blue.
Oh, you know what? You're right, dude. They established that magic doesn't work there. So obviously, the next episode, magic's gonna work there.
Yep, seriously. What? Or the sixth.
But we've seen them try to use magic, and it did not work.
Their magic not strong enough. The spell was already.
The magic isn't strong enough.
Yeah, no, the spell was already created. When somebody creates.
Okay, wait. So it's very picky. This spell to stop other people from using magic, like to keep your hair did. That's fine, right? To keep from turning blue, that's fine. Oh, don't you dare try to do any of your Loki magic. That affects anything. That magic is off limits.
Man,
but no, keep your hair dyed.
You got me on that one. I have no. I'm trying to make sense of it, man. Help me out.
I can't.
See. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough to get through. Do I even want to watch the last two episodes? I'm gonna be so disappointed if you're so right.
What am I wrong about?
I'm not saying that you're wrong in a bad way, but you might be right in a good way to open my eyes. Like they're actually effing up right now. And I've been enjoying the series.
I wish I could just watch it without being like, wait, what? I wish I could watch an episode without remembering what happened the last episode. That'd be cool.
See, I barely remember number 2 and 3. I remember 3 started off so boring.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. You telling me at this supermarket during the apocalypse, she died and cut her hair by herself. Don't make excuses for shitty writing.
But you never know.
I know it's probably nitpicking that I'm like, how's her hair did, you know? But come on, man. Like, when does she have time to get her hair done? How about her nails? That pedicure she has going? When she get that done?
Well, she is a demigod, so I mean,
So
stuff like that don't get broken or messed up on her as much as it do a regular person.
when does she wait, I'm sorry. By the way, does she have like a place where she stores like, I don't know, fingernail clippers, mousse for her hair, makeup, feminine products? Like she has like a place, like one of the apocalypse, she always goes back in her stash of hygiene. Like, does she like let's go to the supermarket and gets like grab some shampoo and some body wash and then goes to the sink in the ladies' bathroom and hobos wash herself?
Baby wipes, man, they work wonders.
Called a purse. Where's this purse?
Hey, they hide it by magic outside of the TVA.
Cool. In the TVA, where's her purse?
She used what they have in the storage room. Just think all the TVA people there. They live there.
Right. Where is the bag?
What do they sleep? Do they sleep?
Who? The TVA people?
Yes. Do they sleep? This dude don't know what a fish is, but old dude was eating a salad.
Salad.
Drinking different drinks.
Yeah.
So
doesn't know what a fish is.
Are they all
but sits across from Owen Wilson as he eats a Caesar salad and has a Jolt soda. I forgot what it is, but it was like that.
And he wants to ride a jet ski on water. But they don't know that they're fish underwater unless they're one guy that don't know about fish. It doesn't make sense. This has to be a dream.
Or it all takes place in the mind of an autistic version of Loki.
No, autistic writers.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's nitpicking about the whole hair and like how does she like take care of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that they don't think things through. Because if she's constantly on the run and hiding out in apocalypse, by the way, they took on vampires and frost giants and And this little girl who instantly knew how to use the little time jumping pad was able to avoid them or like avoid capture for that long.
Man, I'm sorry, but they did capture the little girl when she was a little girl. So obviously she did something, and she was smart beyond her means at the time that caused a variance in the
how she was just playing.
It caused a Nexus event in which they had to bring her into the TVA.
Right.
So what was the event?
Maybe they didn't like the way she was playing with her toys. I swear to Christ, when it showed that, I'm like, is she reenacting the last season of Game of Thrones? Because like she had the boat and she had the dragon and shit, and it was, it was so bad. No. And at this point, why not just throw them in there too? Fuck it, none of it makes sense.
Shifty, you didn't watch it? Oh my!
Oh no, you're doing yourself a favor, man.
Shifty, I enjoyed it until this last 45 minutes with Mr. Mad. He actually opened my eyes a little bit more, and I'm questioning things now.
That's all I'm doing is just asking questions. And from simple things like a hair dye to what is real. What do we know is like real in this show?
I mean, Owen Wilson and the judge was
Wow.
flirting with each other for so long. They've been working for the TVA for so long. When he moved up in the ranks, and she gave him one line to say, and just melted him. And now
Or or sent him somewhere where there was 3 Owen Wilsons and they all went, "Wow, come with us."
oh my,
I mean, because that's what happened to Loki. Loki didn't get melted when he got melted.
He just melted, man. Oh, I don't. I'm not. I'm confused now. I have to.
Are there settings to the melting stick?
I'm sure it is. Cause, like I said, from the beginning, I thought you either get reset or you permanently delete it, right? I thought most of them was getting reset.
How?
The timeline resets.
Yeah,
So
but they take the variant out of that timeline.
the timeline wouldn't even act correctly without that variant happening.
No, it wouldn't. Would it?
Like the structure.
So
of
what are you
Endgame
resetting?
wouldn't happen if Loki wasn't there to lead the first army of Thanos
Right.
to Earth.
Well, he caused the Nexus after that happened.
But if they reset him, they
didn't reset him. They took him.
Okay. Not if they was gonna melt him from that point on. When Asgard asked a question to what Loki? What happened to Loki? Like we were supposed to. He was locked in chains.
Oh, another Nexus. Gonna have to melt those people that are asking where he is.
Yeah, because they were supposed to bring him back to Asgard.
Yeah. So when they reset the timeline, did they just plug in a different Loki to take that Loki spot?
That's why I said reset. He don't remember doing the Nexus event, but he remembered the timeline that he's supposed to do. That's why I think that.
What? Who does?
No, the person that's being reset, which is Loki, in the 2012 Avengers event.
He wasn't reset. They reset the timeline. They do not reset the variant.
But they did not drop. Why didn't they drop a bomb there then? Why did they come to the desert? No, they went to the desert.
They said that they reset that timeline. They just didn't show them putting a time reset bomb down.
So if they reset, then what happened with the Avengers going back in time? What did that do anything?
Nothing that wasn't already predetermined by the space lizards that we don't even know that are real anymore because they were androids.
Now I'm totally confused. My wires are totally crossed. There's some major sparks going on here. Malfunction. Seriously.
This is the problem when you want to tell these big stories, but you don't know how to tell small stories.
I think
they bring in these writers. The dude that like I guess is like the overall guy. He was an assistant writer to the Russo brothers on Community. And now he's here.
Community. That's with Chris Pratt?
No. That was an NBC show. It was a great show. The Russo brothers,
that's Chris Pratt.
No. You're thinking of Park and Rec.
Yes, I am. Oh. The Community.
Had like Donald Glover in it. Childish Gambino.
This is America.
Allison Brie. Yep. The dude from The Soup.
I heard of it, but
it's a great show.
I'm getting them messed up. But okay, it's such a great show, and they obviously put him on a big project. So obviously they know it. They know what he's doing. And they announced the Loki series over a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So they have to know what's going on, and it's probably all going to make sense. That's why to be honest, I give it a strong 7 now with the last 2 episodes. Now it's 6.5. I knock it up a 0.5 since you told me that. I didn't know that he was one of those writers.
No. Listen to what I said. He was an assistant writer on the show.
Yeah, he was assistant to 2 of the biggest writers that helped the MCU out.
Think about their first movie. What was their first movie that they did in the MCU?
Was it Winter Soldier?
It was a concise, small espionage story.
Okay.
This guy comes in, he's like, no. Let's talk about predetermination. Let's have space lizards, different variants, a multiverse. And he's trying to tell a story with all this different shit. When he wasn't even good enough to be just a writer on Community. He was an assistant writer.
You think they should have brought the Russo brothers back?
I don't know who would tell this story.
I think maybe they should have brought the big guns back.
No, because they wouldn't. They would have like, oh, this makes no sense. I'm not writing this. The fuck are y'all talking about?
They got a hand-me-down?
No, look, no, I'm just saying, like this guy, and he's writing a Doctor Strange, by the way.
He's over it?
Yeah, he's writing the Doctor Strange movie as well.
Oh God, no.
I
can't say that.
I can, based on what I've seen from this show. You're damn right, I can.
2 episodes.
I Doctor Strange was one I was actually looking forward to.
Come on, man. Throw a grain of salt of mercy towards the last 2 episodes. A grain of salt, a pinch of salt, sugar.
I have no investment because there is nothing that is concrete in this show. Who am I supposed to be invested in? What am I supposed to be invested in?
I have no clue. But I trust that they're going to do it and they're going to do it right. Long as they don't leave episode on a cliffhanger, I think everybody will be full and satisfied like a good meal to the belly.
No.
I'm trying to remain positive.
I will come on the morning after the last episode and just praise this show to heavens. If they somehow, with 2 episodes left, can retroactively make everything that has happened plausible, like believable, like something to like, oh wow, like The Sixth Sense, right? When you watch The Sixth Sense, okay, spoilers for that movie. Bruce Willis is dead the whole time, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, when it's revealed that Bruce Willis is dead, that reveal is for you, not the kid.
Yeah.
So if you go back and watch it, knowing that the kid knows he's dead the entire time, it changes everything the entire way you see him and the way he interacted with Bruce Willis.
Love movies like that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If they somehow can do it to where I am just blown away and I go back, it's a cheap McDonald's made by a lassie teenager, pimples and bad hygiene. This show, yeah, I'd agree. But it's somehow, if they can do it to where like I go back and rewatch it through an entirely different lens, I will come on and be like, I was completely wrong. Everything I said, I don't see how they're going to be able to pull that off. Unless it's an autistic Loki with a snow globe. Outside of that, I don't. And again, that is what I'm hoping for. This is where I am with this show, is that I am hoping for a Saint Elsewhere.
Marvel usually have a great track record. So I'm I'm bringing back my 7 to a 6.5 right now.
But not on Disney Plus though. You got to separate the movie quality, the quality of the MCU
this is
to the
all
end of
supposed to be
Endgame was
supposed to
good.
be tied in together. They're
Right.
gonna tie it in with the Eternals, Spider-Man, Multiverse of Madness, and Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't want them to tie it into anything but logic. I would rather that should be their goal is to make sense of everything that they've done rather than like we got to lead into the next ones.
Yeah.
No, motherfuckers, you should just make this shit make sense. I've never been so frustrated with a show with a character that I really enjoyed before. Like it is just this isn't even the same Loki that we have seen. This Loki is such a bitch.
Yeah, I don't agree with that 30-second.
How many times are you gonna let her knee you in the balls and punch you? You know exactly what she's going to do. You can't stop her from doing it to you over and over again.
But she is Asgardian, so she's pretty powerful. More than a frost giant is.
He can't back up.
And he's been trained by the best too. I mean,
He can't take a step back. He can't duck.
He called quip to what she was doing, and that's when Mobius stepped in and like, you ready to talk? You know, so
he had already been punched and kicked. We saw it happen to him at least 5 times, for sure. We don't know how long it went on before the dude came back in.
Probably hundreds of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Duck.
Why they didn't show him trying to escape that room too?
Well, that's the problem with the time loop that they're showing. Eventually, you're gonna the movie Boss Level, right? On Hulu.
I heard about it. I never watched it.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. It's fucking great, right? So it's like Groundhog Day. He's reliving the same day over and over and over again. Well, guess what? Yeah, he figures out patterns and like he's just like, oh, nope, dead, nope, dead, and like has everything timed out to where he can go through. You got to watch Boss Level on Hulu. It is legit a great fucking fun movie, man.
Okay, it's a movie, not a series.
It's a movie. Yeah,
okay.
And like, yeah, he figures it out because the same shit happens over and over again. So guess what he does? He ducks when the dude's gonna chop out his head.
Question. Kind of like that Jake Gyllenhaal movie when he was on the train.
Source Code?
Yeah, Source Code, yes.
A little.
Okay.
But,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I mean, even Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. You know what I mean? The dude would be like, hey, don't step on that. Or, learn piano because he took lessons every day.
Yeah.
Or knew where to catch the kid falling from the tree or whatever.
I haven't watched it.
So,
yeah, I understand that, but maybe the loop had him trapped to where he couldn't. Well, yes, he could.
Where he couldn't duck?
Yeah, he could. Yes, he could.
Yeah, he changed his dialogue. He changed his position.
Yeah, you're right. He couldn't control the outside things. He can only control himself. You're right.
Cool. So he can control his ducking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, you put too much logic in this, and you're making me think.
Oh,
yeah.
By the way, it had to be. It's funny that the memory that they chose him to live over and over again was one where a woman kicks the shit out of him over and over and over again because.
I thought was going to happen after I forgot Sif. She came in.
Who the fuck knows? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, she played in Thor. I thought they were going to have his mom, Frida. I forgot who's the actress that played her. I thought they were going to have
Renee Russo.
Is that her? I thought they was gonna have her to come in, make a cameo, and just give her like a meaningful speech. But they just had this girl coming in
No,
kicking
yeah,
his butt.
kicking his ass.
Like you
Did
always
you
be
also
alone.
notice? Did you also notice when they're in front of the timekeepers, she had to toss him the fucking sword or whatever because he couldn't fight him. Just these normal guys, these non-super fucking people that they got off the streets because they were variants.
And he took on beings that Hela brought up from Thor Ragnarok and whooped their ass. But that's later Thor. I mean, that's later Loki. That's not 2012 Loki though. Remember?
Okay, and
but yeah, Loki's supposed to be a badass man. They softened him up on this.
Yeah, they made him a bitch, like I said.
Yeah, they softened him. I won't gonna say that, but they softened him up.
They made him a bitch.
To be honest, he almost made out with his B self too. But
what if they have a kid together?
Ooh.
What is that going to look like?
That snow globe of a kid going, this is fun.
Is it's all coming together. Look, ours is being tied up better than what they're doing. They have sex together. They have some autistic frost giant mutant with a snow globe. It is just shaking and looking at the TVA.
No, my.
Why not? That's all I got. That's all I got, man.
I appreciate it, man. We had
That's
a
all I
great
got
conversation
for this show. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there, man. I don't feel like talking about this show anymore, and I'm gonna play Xbox.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna binge watch 4 episodes for everybody, and I'll come back with bad this week. I'll come back with
go
some
watch
strong
Boss
points.
Level. Go watch Boss Level. Do yourself the favor.
I have Hulu though.
Oh,
maybe I can watch it illegally on the internet somewhere.
Nope, because we don't do that here.
I mean, no. I mean, yeah. My roommate got it. Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for people that stuck around. Sorry if I ruined the show for you, but you should watch better ones. All right, bye.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy?
Hey, Law Dog. Law don't go around here. And I say, Law Doggy. Law don't go around here.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.